Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello Leo, welcome to my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page if you've come across this on Facebook. So as always, I'm going to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my YouTube channel and take this opportunity to invite those of you who haven't to subscribe now or at the end of the video. So also don't forget to remember actually to give me a like or comment, share this video or the videos that I put up that you do watch. I invite you to do that or encourage you as well. So there's a lot of inviting and encouraging that's going on here, Leo. So there could be something going on with you, I'm feeling, okay, because I don't normally, use those sorts of words like over and over again with that sort of thing. So anyway, there could be something where you may have been, somebody might be encouraging you or enticing you or to either attend or hold Christmas, say, or some sort of event or celebration with you. But it's like, or there's maybe something that you're doing that's like maybe similar to what I'm doing, or I don't know, there's something in I'm not sure where they're going with that yet, but we'll see what comes up. So anyway, so I'm just taking note of it, so that's kind of like for them to make me take notice of that. So there may be something in there with you about remembering to invite so and so, or just encouraging people to invite them, encouraging yourself or people to invite others as well to something that you're doing. It's interesting, or where you're going. It's like bring a friend, or with some sort of celebration. I'm hearing for some of you at the same time, or some sort of business venture, or something that you're doing. But I am hearing like some of you maybe holding at some sort of an event or party in some way, where there's some sort of celebration of some sort. Others of you, I'm kind of seeing it maybe as like some sort of home party or something that you're wanting to share with someone, and some of them that you may be like doing some sort of promotional thing. That's where I'm going. Okay, that's where we're going. There's something else in there, but anyway, haven't quite got it yet, but we'll figure that out as we go along. You'll figure it out as we go along, I'm picking. So anyway, just a reminder too that these the messages that come through with these readings are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. So just, that we have free will, so just take what does and leave what doesn't. I mean, if it doesn't, if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit, So what I would do encourage too is also, if it doesn't fit, or even if it does, and you feel like you want to get a little bit more of an overview about what's going on, check out what your other signs might be saying or are saying. It may be that it may help you fill in the gaps, or give you a more comprehensive overview about what is going on for you, or what could be going on for you. Okay, so if you are Sun, Moon, and Rising, and or Venus, this is for you, Leo. If Leo is in your chart under either one of those signs. And also, if you don't know what your other signs are, check out in the description box below. There is a link that will take you to a website that has a free calculator on it, okay? And it will work it out for you. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a card from the Energy Oracle deck at the moment for you. So, okay, so there's something coming, I'm sure. Positive. So I kind of feel like that some of that energy is like that, whether it's like there's something coming, I'm sure, I'm positive. So that may be you thinking that, or something moving, something shifting. I'm just going to pick this up. Something moving, something shifting, and it's maybe you're not in quite totally, well, you're trying to convince yourself, but that's cool because you're putting out that energy, okay? So, and it's keeping in that energy because that's how it works, basically. May not exactly be what you were thinking about, but you just know. It's kind of like this is about you maybe listening. You're listening to your interest. You just know there's something good coming. That's kind of like, whoa, cool, and that sort of thing. So it's like I better not put my nose in it, otherwise I'm going to muck it up. That sort of thing. Okay, so anyway, we have the number 26, hostility. So there may have been a few hostilities around you, or you may have seen them as like that, to do with relationships. And six is about in humanity. So somebody may, or some bodies may have been, not been, had a very humanitarian sort of way of thinking about things and doing things. So towards you, and or maybe towards others. So maybe you've stepped in, maybe you are that warrior that has stepped in and helped someone out, or something, or helped someone has helped you out. So 2 is around relationships. So it may have been, or most likely have been done, be around relationships where these hostilities lie. And it may be, even if you are a female energy or a male energy, that, for the female, you may have had to go into that masculine energy side of things, what part of you, side of you, in order to, protect yourself, not just, physically, but mentally, emotionally as well, okay, and spiritually. And there's also, they want to bring in soulfully as well. So there's something, because it's something that maybe your soul recognizes within you. So, and even as a male energy, there may have been, something about you maybe going into that space as well as, being more into that warrior side of you in order to either protect yourself or somebody else, or speak, and it could be verbally as well. So not necessarily, the physical side as well. So it's kind of like, okay. And same with the female energy as well. So yeah, pretty powerful shit, man. Cool. So anyway, 28, victory. So there must have been some sort of victory going on there with you. So the 28, again with relationships, and realizing that you are the infinite being as well in there, because that's what the infinity sign is about, or number 8, isn't it? It's really knowing that ourself as being, knowing self as being infinite, that we are limitless in what we can do. That's like, unlimited basically. So it's like putting yourself out there with that sort of things, and it may be to do with relationships again for you in some way or form. So anyway, I'm going to put you there because I love Jesus, as and that. So even though I've got my card there, so it's like put him in front of that. So expand my energy out there. So as he will expand yours. So that's what I'm kind of getting with that one as well. So 5, again, 5 energy and 1. So it's realizing and knowing that everything is energy and vibration. So it's maybe there may be like, there's something going on with how you're emitting energy out of you. And there's maybe a change in there. So 1 is about, being one with self. So there may be a shift in that, and knowing that, in more in that sense of knowing yourself as being that limitless energy being, and looking with it, because that's what the healer of ages, what he's about, as well. He is that amazing energy, and he did know himself who he was, and still does. Anyway, I'm just going to move that there. Leave that there. So those are the lead cards for today. Interesting, beautiful energy there. So right, I'm going to start off using my older deck today, which is the Juliet Shaman Burke deck, and also the Starman Tarot, as well as the Energy Oracle, which we've just that one come out. So the Knight of Wands, energy and action. So I'm doing the spread a little bit different, and it's kind of the same, but just letting you know where we're at. So this is something. This is about you, not just in the past, but maybe recently past as well. So recent past as well. So this is the Knight of Wands. So so there may have been like a Knight of Wands brings energy and action. But it can not necessarily be in a positive way all the time on saying that. So maybe you've burned yourself out at one point in the past, and starting to come back, but his energy is lifted though on saying that. So you've put your energy out, you maybe overdid it a bit, and you had a little bit of a period, but he's bringing back this energy again. And he's also reminding you of the past as well, of when your energy was a little bit high. So you may have been maybe in at the moment maybe in a little bit of a lower lower. Your energy may be a little bit lower, as in tired in that sense, and you may have gone in your head a little bit as well. So, but anyway, this card is in the past space. So, it's like, I feel like it's tapping back into that energy and action then, and maybe you've gone a little bit astray in there. Okay, so cool. We go into the Four of Pentacles here, is holding on too tightly. So there may be something where you may be holding on too tightly to something in, because this is the future, in the present now, to allow this, this energy like you were in the past to come forth again, okay? So it's like, and it's not, I don't feel like this is about the money side of it, or maybe a business, and I'm kind of feeling like some of you is maybe going into making a change, going into something new, but you may be holding on too tightly to that, okay? Because it may be working really well, but it's like, do I sell that, or do I let that go, or do I let that go and sell that and move into this new thing or not, and how's that going to work? So there may be a few of those thoughts and things that are going on in your head. And this card here fell out at the same time, but I'm going to put it with that one as well, because it's the Five of Pentacles, which is coming after the Four of Pentacles, and I feel like comes in, which is interesting that it's fallen out there. So there may be, this is about grounding yourself too, and it may be that because there's the Five of Pentacles is about loss and wealth and a loss of wealth or faith. So I feel like there's a bit of both, okay? And there may be a loss of wealth or faith in, in yourself and or somebody else, or like you're just thinking, you're overthinking it, and like, because I'm hearing like someone you may be moving outside of a relationship, and maybe there may be some division of what they call it, assets and things like that. And it may mean that you are thinking that you may have to let go of something that is a business idea, or a business, not even an idea, but a business project that you're working on. And and I feel like there may be, because some of you may have gone into that space where, because you didn't tie up loose ends or something like that. So I don't know, there's something really, but there's this energy that's coming back in, that's even from the past, that I feel like wants to come back in, to go into the now, to move you into the future, okay? Cool. But it's like, this too will pass, I'm hearing as well. That's just like you're processing something, but definitely, in the present, there's something about holding on too tightly with a way of thinking about what might happen, and it may not. So it's kind of like looking outside of the square is what else is possible that I haven't seen yet as well. And then, because I feel like some of you have gone into your headspace, well, I'm not going to go back there again, and, back to being broke again, or, that sort of thing. So, or I'm not going to, that's what I'm not. And so with that sort of mentality running through your mind, it's like you're putting out the energy that, you're putting out the energy. So it's like skipping out of that and freeing yourself up by, letting yourself free by getting out of your head. Now, in the future with this one here, the third card out is the King of Swords. So he talks about, this is, you getting out of your head, basically, okay? Is, he's an authoritative figure who is firm but fair, and he is grounded. See the red cushion in there, blue, there's a bit of a clearing there, but the sky blue, it's just like he's more in his space, he's communicating. I'm drawn to that sort of energy, and there's a bit of healing that's been going on there. But the butterfly, there's like through speaking his truth, asserting his power, to himself as well, as, others out there, as, communicating ideas out there, communicating what it is that you want to do, be, give, and have, and how you want to do, be, give, have, and, have it. And it's about who do you want to do, be, give, and have things with, as well, and for, and what have you. So it's about you. I feel like there's that, stepping into the future, and taking that authoritative space, being that authoritative figure who is firm but fair, not only with so much with everybody out there, but yourself as well, because this comes back to you. So the king is sitting in his throne, he's cut through all the bullshit stuff in there, and he's getting on with it basically. And you know, not letting others, you know, get into his head. He's like not pushing them away, but releasing them, and or cutting them free from his energy and his thought patterns. And you know, there's nothing like getting advice, but when you get, you know, and having encouragement from people or advice from people, but sometimes it can get over the top when it can be a little bit demanding, you know, this energy. So it's like not letting yourself get too caught up with that. So okay, so what do we got here from, you know, this is you, okay? Generosity and charity. So this is you. So that may be that you get into a space there and, you know, in this balance, like, because it's running in line with the present here. And it may be that you get into this space, you know, of well, you do. This is you, because this is you. Don't just say, yes, this is you, Leo. Of the Six of Pentacles, where there is generosity and charity. So there may be, you know, you know, or you may be able to give and receive. You may find yourself in that, or you may be there right now, where you're able to give, you know, and give where you weren't able now. Where you may be able to give more. I'm hearing, for some of you, than receive. And now some of you, maybe for some of you, that you're in a position where you can give rather than receive now. And or in the future, depending on, you know, where this falls in for you. But this is about you, and maybe you're feeling that way. It may not necessarily be money, but it may be like a bartering system, like rather than tangible money. You know, but it may be too that there's symbolic of energy as well. But I'm just hearing that sometimes it may not be what you give and receive, may not necessarily be what it is that you have in mind that you want to give or receive, but it's something, you know, it's something. It's like, it's the thought that counts, or it's like, it's what works, you know, for that moment in time. So there may be more than one opportunity to do that, but it may be not necessarily just one. It could be, you know, multiple times that you are able to, you know, give, you know, you find yourself in that position. So this is generosity and charity, and that's in the Six of Pentacles, okay? So there's definitely some sort of movement, like, you know, energetically wise, with money, not just with energy, but with money as well, and also, you know, that process of, you know, that journey anyway, with that side of things. So, cool. And it may be, you know, to family members or members of the public, or I don't know, there's something that you're moving, there's definitely a beautiful journey. So where we got here, so what is, you know, what is the challenge? What would be the challenge ahead for them, for our beautiful Leos? Okay, whoa, there's 4 cards that come out. So change and versatility with the Two of Pentacles. So there may be a, you know, some sort of change coming up. So with the challenge, and it may be that you maybe, you know, like, because it's like, I'm just going to say maybe that you're going to go in your head about this change in versatility. So it's kind of like you're going through this, like, you know, that's coming up, but it's like sometimes we do go in our head. So, and the challenge is, you know, there will be some change in diversity, and it could be within the you know, money, juggling money, finances, and your assets in the background there, and sorting that sort of thing out. However, it's like the Ace of Swords comes in, and there's like a new way of thinking. So it's like you're starting to acknowledge that maybe the challenge is acknowledging all that and cutting free. So there's a new journey in that, and cutting out all the old way of thinking and being and doing things, as you allow different people to help you, and like taking ideas and things like that. Because I kind of feel some of you are allowing others in to assist you in some way or form. And then we have the High Priestess here, who is about, you know, secrets revealed and mysteries uncovered, but she's also brings in that energy of intuition. So it's like, as you know, this is really going into using your intuition, basically. That's what she's pretty much all about, listening to yourself as well. So this is one of those things, you know, it's about not, you know, about cutting free of the bullshit stuff that goes in your head, goes on, and overthinking things, and about this juggling stuff too. So it's like going into that trusting and having faith in you, basically. So this is what, and she's bringing, you know, the High Priestess will bring out all these other things that, you know, this wisdom and this knowledge, because that's what she holds, is that wisdom and knowledge that is, you know, and helps you bring that all out and uncovers it, or so you can discover it to bring it. But you're going to have to like listen to your intuition as you're going through this way. And then with the, and then it's like with the Two of Wands, it's interesting, but you have, where was it, the, oh, okay, Knight of Wands, but interesting, an action card again. It's like you get, there's something moving and you're able to see now, like you're more so about where you are, you know, able to like feel like you can look out now into the horizon and see more, maybe visualize more about where to next, basically, because you've got something is underway, and now you've cleared up that sort of thing, or you've gotten your head around that, or your energy around it. It's now like I can look forward, I could look more out into the future as to where I'm going to be going. How cool is that? Cool. So, and some advice with that. So where are we going there? So what would you like to share? What else would you like to share with, yeah, Leo? Okay. Let's see what comes out. Oh, it's taking a little while for this one to come out. Usually it will drop out, so no, that's not. Come on. So there may be a little bit of impatience there because I'm going, come on. Yeah, interesting. So, and it may take a little while for, you know, things to come out, you know, to come to fruition. And okay, so advice, inner strength, and yeah, inner courage, inner strength. Is needed, is going to be needed, but it's in constructive discipline as well. Everything, you know, inner courage, strength, and discipline, but making sure that it's in a constructive way, so it's not in a burnout way. So you can have lots of energy, like with this Knight of Wands, is like lots of energy there, but not burn yourself out is what I'm hearing about that. So going into that strength, yes, you know, it's like making, you know, you probably have to keep going with that. And then the last one here is the possible outcome. Okay, so this is the Seven of Swords is like a time for tact rather than aggression. So it's like, okay, you may be like, there's something that's happening where you are kind of like seeing how he's running away, he's picking up everything and he's running off. It's like being like tactful about what you're doing, like letting, because I'm hearing like not letting your mouth get run away with how you're communicating things, being mindful about how you assert your power, basically. So, you know, so something maybe, you know, coming, you know, around, coming for you, you may go in this like flight sort of thing, or fright or flight sort of situation there that's coming up. That may be, you know, the outcome with that, with this. But it's like, I'm just hearing, and I think there may be also for some of you where there is, it really is like a time for tact with whatever's going on, where they're going with that. Let me just, because I'm hearing the words overbearing as well. So it may be that you might become a little bit overbearing with all this, is going on. So which is why this is, they're talking about here is like, maybe not using brute strength, but using, because this is what the King of Swords is about. He has a way with words. So he doesn't necessarily use brute strength, or he's like communicating. So this is about communicating cleverly, communicating, you know, with the outcome in mind that you're wanting. So there may be like that reverse type psychology sort of thing, but it's like really, it's just being mindful about leading the way in the way that you would like to be treated, basically, was where they're coming from in this way. So it's like, you know, being mindful about that. And so with this, with something, whatever is happening around there, it might bring about a bit of, because the moon is here, and the moon can bring about this confusion and this fluctuation of energy and confusion. So this is about like what this talking about here is just like, it's a time for tact rather than aggression. So it's just reminding yourself actually that, you know, sometimes we go through these ebbs and lows, and be mindful of the moon as well, because the moon can, it shifts our energy whether we like it or not. It's something that's pretty much out of our control, but it's better to roll with it than not roll with it, okay, and then resist, basically. and figure it out, and be in that space of love vibration, or be in that space that's like switch into that space of, you know, if as soon as you possibly can, which means that this is about mindful and, you know, being mindful and aware of you, basically of you, ourselves, and how, and whatever's coming up here with it. So it's kind of like, but I do feel there's definitely something moving. It's definitely something exciting, because I'm feeling, even though there's this like, ooh, what's going on there sort of energy, but it's kind of, this is a magical time to bring all of your tools together, basically, of what you know. And I just want to draw a card from the Starman deck to finish off. So so that is very powerful outcome, because it's like bringing everything together, and it may cause a little bit more confusion and stuff, but in a different way, I feel. And you'll be able to figure it out, because but like I say, this is a time, and like this card is saying, it's a time for tact rather than aggression. So it's about you know, taking heed of your own, being mindful and aware, basically, of yourself, and seeing, I'm hearing like seeing both sides of the story for some of you, but it's just taking note and being observant of yourself and how you handle it. Okay, so there's two cards that come out from that tip there. So the Ace of Cups is there. So there's definitely, obviously, something that's that shifts within that, because it's about emotions. The Cups is about feelings, emotions, intuition, and creativity, but also relationships and the emotional connection we have with ourselves and with others as well. So this is, you know, I overflow with the essence of life. So it's like, you know, there's that feeling of something moving, which can kind of, that the moon, that this outcome there brings out of you, basically, and understanding, well, this whole process does. It's like, so there's more going into that space of, you know, tranquility, but just that deeper inner knowing, and that there's a sense of satisfaction there. It's like, okay, I know now. I know more now than ever about whatever is going on now. And it's like sitting in a space. So then we have the wheel as well, which is number 10. So there's definitely a transitional space with the wheel, because the wheel could be, you know, it's like, you know, there's a cycle with the wheel, and then there's the wheel of fortune. We go through a cycle, and, you know, with money, and sometimes we've got a lot and things, you know, and at times it can, and, you know, we can, things, you know, money can be a bit short or starting to decline a little bit, or be spent here, there, and everywhere. But there is a cycle, and then sometimes we can go right down the bottom, you know, that cycle where we maybe have no money or not much at all, and then start to come back around again, pick ourselves up and get back up to the top. So whether, you know, it's just that balancing act, whether that way or whether this way, or something is moving, it's like shifting space around. So this card here talks about, you know, I understand there is a time and a season for anything, is the description in this deck about the wheel. So not necessarily about the wheel of fortune, but there's that too. But although the wheel of life, the cycle of life, basically, it goes around, and there is a time and a season for everything, basically. But there's something about with the cups, about your intuition, listening to that, letting that creative space of you come out, and listening to your feelings and emotions, and not bottling them up. Let them come out and have a look at them. And, you know, and it's probably, a lot of it's to do with your relationship, our relationship with ourselves. So this will be probably, I'm hearing, you know, it's like your relationship with yourself, and how you with the emotional connection with yourself, and as well as others. Okay, there's something in that for that to finish. There's a cycle going on in there. So absolutely beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there with you now, Leo, and I shall see you next week. So lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure. Also prosperity in abundance, okay, from myself and my amazing spiritual team, including my multi-dimensional intergalactic energies who work with us, me. as well, and also the amazing sign of Leo. So namaste, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.